Commentary between Arsenal and Tottenham. The score at the moment is currently 0-0, 12 minutes gone. Apologies for the delay for this broadcast. We'll try and sort out our technical issues during the half-time break here. At the moment, it is still 0-0 between the two teams. And it's with Arsenal that has the ball in their own half. Shooting from left to right. David Raya, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba and White. The back four. Odegaard, Rice and Vieira. Saka, Jesus and Nketiah. It's Vicario in goal. Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, Porro, Kuleveski and Sarr. Son, Basuma and Maddison. With Brennan Johnson making his Spurs debut. Making his first start. And he's doing that in a North London derby. Ball's now on the right-hand side with Kuleveski for Tottenham. White shirts against the traditional red and white of Arsenal. It's the North London derby, and it's the first time that both these sides have come into this fixture unbeaten since 1990, when this pair drew 0-0 at Highbury. That comes at game 3 games into the season. So the fact that we are at game week 6 and both these sides were unbeaten heading into this North London derby shows you the progress and the work that Ange Postecoglou and Mikel Arteta have done. And they're pinging the ball well here. Tottenham in these early stages. Lots of Premier League action happening across the country at 2 o'clock UK time. Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0, Brighton 0, Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 0, Villa 0, Liverpool and West Ham 0. Those are the scores currently across the Premier League. And you can listen to those games on Flash Score. It's now with Sarr, who's literally giving the ball away to Nketiah, and then Maddison bites for the ball and he's rolling in a bit of pain. And that's not happy to the Arsenal supporters. Gabriel trying to break the lines through Saka. Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0 here. The Gunners are on a 14 game unbeaten run in Premier League London derbies, winning 11 and drawing 3 since that 3-0 defeat at Spurs in 2022. And they're on the ball here. Tottenham with Basuma, who's lost the ball out to Odegaard. Odegaard now gets the through Vieira on this right side with Saka. Saka up against Udogie. Wants on his left foot inside the penalty area. Bukayo Saka skips it to the far post. It's a well-worked move and nearly a goal as Vicario pushes out and keeps it 1-0. Saka's still on the board towards the penalty box. It's slipped back now. Back towards White. And now with the Tottenham player. And Ben White's conceded the foul. 0-0 hit for Tottenham versus Arsenal. Jesus with the best chance so far in these early moments. Saka with a gorgeous ball to the far post. And then Vicario had to push away with his hands. Wonderful left-footed hand. And Gabriel Jesus just in that, wait. So here we go. Vicario taking the goal kick. Blue kit for him. Firing it towards Son. Falls to Odegaard. Odegaard now towards Saka. Saka's been brought down by Udogie. Arteta's not happy about that. 87th appearance for Bukayo Saka, consecutive appearance playing for us. Saka has been involved in 18 goals in the last 18 Premier League home appearances with 12 goals and 6 assists for the Arsenal. Udogie gets a yellow card for his troubles in this game. There for Odegaard. Arteta steaming up the Arsenal captain. And here we go, waiting for this. It's the second yellow card for Destiny Udogie. 15 gone here. Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0. You are listening to Flash Score. Apologies once again for any issues you've had with the broadcast. Martin Odegaard's been booked, also the Arsenal captain. For dissent shown to the referee. It's with Ben White, who has the ball inside his own half, around about a couple yards, approaching the by halfway line, right-footed. Arsenal with Raya in goal, no Ramsdale, he's on the bench. Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, White, that back four, that was the bedrock of their success last year. I say success, they didn't win anything, but they did finish second. Oh, it's a lost ball here for Nketiah, and it's saved by Vicario, who doggy's ball was slow, and Nketiah picked up inside the penalty area. And that's another chance for Arsenal to break the deadlock in this North London derby. It'll be a corner to the home team. 0-0, Vicario saving with his feet. Destiny Doggy. It's been a hairy couple of moments for him. First that yellow card on Saka, and then just gifting Arsenal the opportunity to put themselves in front. Arsenal 0, Spurs 0. Coming from that right side, Tottenham are zonally marking here from this corner. Saka does a little shimmy. It's going to be left-footed, floated in. Doesn't find an Arsenal head. It's eventually cleared away by Spurs. Can only fall down to this left side, though, to Vieira. Vieira tucks it back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko finds a gap in the box for Jesus to run onto, but it's good defending once again from Udogie and co. It's Pape Sarr who cleans up for Tottenham. Here's Son, and it's where Tottenham are so dangerous, and the referee's decided that's a free kick with the Tottenham Hotspur captain, Heung-min Son, accused of being penalised on that break. It has a feel of a really highly contested game. Arsenal hosted Manchester United and Tottenham their last two Premier League games. They're traditional rivals, of course. And this one, I would love to make it the double after beating United 3-1. It's Saka diving themselves in towards the penalty area. And that's now been won back by Spurs through Brennan Johnson. They've had Arsenal regain possession. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko inside his own half. Bundles in now into Tottenham's. Goes back to Saliba. Saliba for Arsenal with Ben White over the halfway line. Ben White lays it off to Saka. Saka gives it back to Ben White. White. And now Odegaard picking the ball up. But Spurs pick it up now. Midway through their own half. Gives this to Son. Left side of the Tottenham half. Here is now Brennan Johnson. Seems to find himself in that central area. He's more on the left with Captain Son going through the middle. It's Maddison inside his own half. In front of the centre circle. Giving this to Romero. Spurs well, truly imposing themselves here at the Emirates. And they've got the ball, diving themselves down this right side. They've got a few to aim for in the middle. One of them solid, it goes towards the penalty area. It will go back here to Basuma, who shoots, and it shoots high and wide. It's Pape Sarr who lets fly in the end, in fact. Arsenal 0, Spurs 0. Pedro Porro just diving down that right side. A lot of energy, trying to find a white shirt in the middle. It was beaten away in the end by White. Came out to Sarr, had a lot of time, left-footed, but it was over. The Arsenal goal. Arsenal 0, Spurs 0. It's a goal for Liverpool at Anfield. 1-0 they lead at the moment. As Tottenham once again go down this right side through Pedro Porro. Here's Kuleveski. It's a low shot that Raya just drops a little bit, but picks up at a second time of basket. Good, two good saves from Udogie there. And Arsenal have the ball now. Here's Saka hugging the touchline down that right side. Once again, he's up against Udogie. He knows he's on a yellow card. Bukayo Saka slips back to Odegaard, but the two marksmen for Arsenal not on the same wavelength at all. Just can't thread the ball there. Best chance there when that calamitous back pass by Udogie. But it was another fine save from Vicario. And it's Mohamed Salah from the penalty spot and has given Liverpool the lead. It's with Vicario to spread it towards the left side. It's won by Jesus. Jesus on to Rice. Rice, angle to the right side is Bukayo Saka. Saka up against Udogie. Looking towards Odegaard. Just waits to check this back to White. White now on towards Zinchenko. Zinchenko now towards White. Places to the back now towards Gabriel. Throwing us to now the right with Saka. Saka going past Udogie. Gives this to Odegaard, approaching the penalty box. Inside the penalty box he goes, the Arsenal captain. But he's been pressed and parried by the Spurs fullback who runs away with the ball. Udogie steams down this left side. Want to go past the halfway line. He does. Son's going to be offside. Surely he is. That was good intensity from Destiny. Well, it was a bit sluggish from the Spurs captain. Should have been onside from that. And Postecoglou said this is why I joined this club for these types of games. Tottenham have made a better start to the league campaign for 58 years with 4 wins and 1 draw from their opening 5 fixtures. There's a reason why there's a good feel around the football club, around Ange Postecoglou and what he's been able to bring on. Spurs went on a 7-match unbeaten run from the beginning of last season, 1-5 draw 2, and their first league of the campaign was 3-1 at the Emirates last year. Goals from Xhaka and Partey and Jesus secured the victory in that game, with Harry Kane having a penalty. 3 of those players I mentioned are not involved today. Harry Kane, of course, scoring goals for Bayern Munich. Xhaka now plays his football at Bayer Leverkusen, and Thomas Partey is ruled out through injury. Tottenham are seeking their 200th Premier League away victory in the process of a priceless win away at Arsenal. Saliba picked the ball up, just fired it out of play, and it will be a throw in to Tottenham right in front of their manager. And it's with Rice headed away. Now with Maddison, who's been thrown to the ground by Odegaard. Maddison lays it off to Vicario. Vicario now on towards Romero. Romero now goes in field to Sarr. Nearly gives the ball away, Sarr, but Basuma and Sarr play 1-2 the heart of that Arsenal midfield. But Jesus, who's been excellent in regaining possession for Arsenal, wins it midway through Tottenham's half. But brilliant tenacity from Sarr. It's a real battle, that midfield at the moment. Sarr and Kulusevski and Basuma really making sure that they lose the ball, they regain the ball very, very quickly. And that battle between Rice and Vieira and Odegaard. Nice touch in the middle by Nketiah, which is beaten away by Tottenham. It finds Son. Son looking to apply that press and that transitional move here. Here's Kulusevski inside Tottenham's half, inside Arsenal's half. Gives it to James Maddison, pushes Odegaard away, goes past Odegaard, James Maddison, and he's brought down eventually by Rice. There seems to be an injury there by Vieira. He's also down on the ground, but the foul will be given to Spurs. Destiny Udogie's been in the spotlight so far in this game. No surprise, the cameras keep following him. It's an intriguing battle, isn't it? Bukayo Saka, who's not been in his blistering form this year. I think the most modest Arsenal fan, the most diehard Arsenal fan will tell you that. But he's been excellent in his consecutive games for the Arsenal. Statistically, he's been fantastic. He can do so much more. Bukayo Saka, and provides such an interesting battle, Saka against Udogie. It's also what's interesting is this set piece that Tottenham have here inside the first half, inside Arsenal's half, around about 20 yards away from their penalty box. Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0, 23 minutes gone. Son's currently standing in an offside position. Here, Arsenal's high line is right on the edge of the penalty area. It's James Maddison to take this free kick. Rises his hand, looking towards a white shirt. Doesn't find one. It does find white for Arsenal. It's cleared away by the Arsenal, and it's now fallen to Kulusevski up against Zinchenko. Gives the ball back to Romero. Maddison wants the ball. He gets the ball from the Argentine. Here's Maddison. Takes a few touches, gives it back to the World Cup winner in Romero, who's hugging that right touch line. Back to Maddison now. Arsenal not looking to press Spurs. Spurs happy to come here and have the ball and fill the ball here. Here is a little turn by Udogie, trying to go around. Here's Saka, wins the ball back. Rice gives it back to Saka. Arsenal looking to break now and get it. Here's back to Saka. Play on, says the referee. Gives this to Kulusevski. Son's there. Just runs into a bit of trouble, the Swede. Still a 0-0 here, and he's lost it to Zinchenko. Now there's an opportunity for Arsenal to turn over the ball here. And Nketiah is trying to dart round the bottom of the picture. Here's Odegaard. Sweeps the ball to Saka down the right side. He wants on his left foot here, Bukayo Saka. They're not going to track him down. Saka deflected in! Arsenal lead in the derby! And it's Romero who puts the ball in his own net. And Bukayo Saka Let's see the lights, and the Emirates erupts because it's Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0. Belgium, fuel blender around the Arsenal. Jubilation. And after such a positive start, it's Arsenal that have pegged themselves in front. Tottenham trail. And it's Bukayo Saka who will get the plaudits. A weird own goal for sure, you'd imagine. That wicked deflection. But you just cannot simply, you see the move swept in from Odegaard to Saka. You have to come closer to Bukayo Saka. They follow the runners. And it's a horrible own goal. It really is. Pushes it on his left side. No real danger. And he just kicks it. And it just fires it away. Goalkeeper, you feel, would have had that covered. It was going absolutely wide. That will go down as an OG. Hits the knee of Romero into the bottom corner. And Bukayo Saka runs away in celebration to claim the goal. Even does the James Maddison celebration, the little dart there. And a bit cheeky, that is, from Bukayo Saka. No cheek in the finish. It was a heavy deflection, and Tottenham will have to come from behind if they're going to win this North London derby. Tottenham rattled on Derby Day, Arsenal on top, and a fixture they love to win the most. At the moment, there's another. Vieira's down again. Postecoglou shaking his head. They were caught in the transition there, wasn't they? A little bit. Kulusevski went on a little run, and then Zinchenko switched the ball to Odegaard, and then Odegaard was able to find Saka. But what was really alarming from a Tottenham point of view is that the players just weren't going towards Saka. And Saka, brilliant player, spoke about him moments before the goal. When he's in that position, that half space, on that right side, going onto his left foot, you have to close him down. There's 3 Tottenham players who are not engaging. He has a shot on goal, and it might not have been going on target. We'll have a clearer look. It was going well wide, and then boom, you stick a knee out, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal in the derby. Vicario had that covered. And Postecoglou looking on, looking a bit alarming. They haven't really been in the game, have they? Spurs, from an offensive point of view, good battles being won central of the park, Basuma and Sarr. But just that run by Kulusevski, he could have played the ball to Son down the left. As the Emirates screams 1-0 to the Arsenal. Now we're going to learn a lot about Tottenham's character under Postecoglou. So far this season has been plain sailing. As I said, 5 games coming unbeaten. They're behind at the Emirates. Are they going to show a bit of character? They've got it in them. They've got players on the pitch there. They're getting the right players on the ball. Has to be said, they're getting the right. Your Maddisons and your Sons, your Kulusevski. It's just about zipping that. Here is Basuma, laying this off towards Romero. Romero, now around the right towards Kulusevski, goes in towards the penalty area, just drops there, and possession's changed hands again. It's with Jesus, and Nketiah's running with pace ahead of him. They just hold their play a little bit as Vieira gets pick on the ball. He's up and running, he's back on the pitch, just halts his run, 30 yards away from the penalty area. Gives it back to Rice. And the Spurs have had over a week to prepare for this game. No European competitions for Tottenham this season. Arsenal, of course, returned back to the Champions League for the first time since 2016. Saka running back here. Spreads to the left side. Going towards Vieira. Vieira playing back to the far post. Jesus nearly there to latch on. But it was a good header by Van Viden. And it will be another corner for Arsenal. from that near side. Okay, Saka. His left foot. It's going to be flicked on. Nearly went near post. It's going to be headed away by Tottenham. It's a good corner. Good set piece. And it needed Sarr, one of the smallest players on the pitch, to get rid of the ball here. Saka, take 2 in this move. Swings on towards the far post. It's headed out by Tottenham. The header that comes in from Vieira. And that's gathered by Vicario. Vicario rolls the ball out to Bissouma. Straight to the press goes the opposite number 8 for Arsenal in Martin Odegaard. Ball still with Tottenham. It's Vicario, the bright blue shirt. Lots more Tottenham fans are here in the Emirates Stadium, in that pocket where Arsenal are shooting to this afternoon. Van de Ven. Here's Vicario. Tottenham, oh no, living dangerously in Jesus, nearly punished them. Pushed Maddison off the floor and nearly doubled Arsenal's lead. A hairy moment for Tottenham, playing out the back. Arsenal on top of their press and winning the ball inside Tottenham's penalty box at the half. And it nearly was a derby delight from Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0, but Tottenham go up the pitch down this right side with Kulusevski. He's up against Gabriel. Romero. Scooping this towards Son. Good chest back. Here's Maddison into the penalty area. He's wrestled down by Vieira, and in the end Vieira's won the free kick. Maddison seeing a lot of touches on the ball. I think Spurs fans who want that more in the opposite penalty box than their own moments ago. That was very hairy. It's taken long now by Arsenal towards Eddie Nketiah. It's a good wrestle by Mickey Van de Ven. Now it's a huge dart forward, and David Raya has to come up and clear his Rice. Now to Saka. Still 0-0 here. So 1-0, sorry, here. Now with Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal lose the ball and then regain it very quickly. Just not good stuff from Arsenal, because they've now gifted it back to Tottenham, going in towards the penalty area with Brennan Johnson, and that was cleared with ease. 1-0 Arsenal lead here. And they have the ball through. Zinchenko has gone into that central area. Havertz is on the bench. He was playing in that area during the beginning of the season, wasn't he? Kai Havertz. But injuries to Martinelli and Trossard. We're seeing the players being recalled into the lineup here in this derby. Vicario takes the ball forward. Still 1-0 here. 1-0 to Bournemouth against Brighton in the Premier League. 0-0 between Chelsea and Aston Villa, and Liverpool lead 1-0 West Ham. By 1 goal to Mohamed Salah, the penalty. Zinchenko will take this throw in. He's got one midway through the Tottenham half. And this pristine Emirates pitch gives this to Jesus. He rolls Pedro Porro like he's not there. Puts the ball into the middle. Van de Ven's there also. Here's Porro. Kulusevski back to Maddison. Nice energy from Sarr and Bissouma. Trying to win that ball back, but Zinchenko's very clever. Plays it off. Sarr and the Arsenal fans appreciate that on their feet for that. just for that move alone. The Derby Day feels well and truly being filled across this derby. As David Raya just has to hammer that down the field to Vicario. Christian Moreau is the fourth Tottenham player to score an own goal against Arsenal and North London derby in the Premier League after Hugo Lloris, Kevin Wiemer and Armstrong. All four of those own goals put the Gunners 1-0 ahead. Self-inflicted is the consequence for those own goals in these derbies. Here is Pedro Porro though, looking towards Udogie. Udogie running on towards that. Brennan Johnson, who's also putting pressure. David Reyes under pressure. Former Brentford, but he's actually on loan. On loan goalkeeper for Arsenal. But there is a way it was done so that his move could be completed in next year's FFP. But he is most likely to complete a permanent move to Arsenal next summer. He's in goal. It was a bit of a hairy moment for him, but he was fortunately got the free kick, and they've able to motor down the field back to Saka down this right side, puts on his left foot, Odegaard shoots, but it's comfortable. It's in the hands of Vicario, and Tottenham just survive that onslaught here. It's with Vicario, put under pressure by Nketiah, but he's able to find Sarr. Romero, looking towards Basuma. Basuma now to Maddison. He gives the ball away. Here's Nketiah. It's a good tackle there, and now with Son. Son will be the first time he's got a bit of room to stretch his legs here. Kunaveski approaching the penalty box here for Tottenham. Son's on the overlap. Finds Son. Son with a shooting chance. Lays that to Johnson. Wonderful save from Raya. It really should be Tottenham. Arsenal 1-1 here at the Emirates. Lovely ball put on a plate by Son. Dragged it back. Looked like he was going to shoot from that tight angle. He didn't. He looked for another white shirt. He found the white shirt in Johnson. Johnson shot, and with Raya scampering across his goal line, threw a right hand to it and pushed it out. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0. It remains. It's a good save. That's probably why Raya is in the Arsenal goal. A wonderful save that was. Blissum is absolutely crazy. Fantastic. Really was. It destined to be 1-0. He just pulled it back. And then he just went to the bottom corner. It's fantastic. Brennan Johnson should be finding a net from there. His son trying to slip himself through. Gabriel sticks a leg out and stops that move. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0. Oh, get a replay of this save. So it's a lovely move from Tottenham. Son picks a bit of pocket space, 35 yards away from Arsenal's penalty box. Gives it to Kunaveski, waits for Son, who reaches the byline, elects not to shoot, lays it back to Johnson. It's really good from Raya. It's really good from David Raya, because he's on his way back. Pace of the shot's got to be hit with more venom though from Johnson. He hits that properly to goal, gives Raya a chance, and boy oh boy doesn't Raya take it. Here is Johnson though, trying to redeem himself. He's down the byline, left side, gives it back now towards Basuma. Sarr has it, gives it back to Basuma, centre of Arsenal's half now. Romero's giving Arsenal the lead via their own goal. Here's Son, trying to find Kunaveski, and that's been able to be dealt with. It's back with Raya now. It's been pressed by Kunaveski. He's pumped that forward. Romero heads that on. And this derby's just starting to increase in its entertainment and its excitement and its pressure. And Sirs look to come back into this game. Here it's now with Brennan Johnson. He's darting into the penalty box. Left-footed ball, comfortable for Raya. Very comfortable, just gathers the ball. Experienced Premier League goalkeeper, and he's flexing those saves, but also those Premier League credentials and experience. Another replay. That just wonderful save that is from David Raya. It's the reason why it's 1-0 to Arsenal, as we are a few minutes away from half-time. Listening to Flash score. As Aaron Ramsdale on the bench applauding that save. I'm sure that's now what's going to be the case. Apparently it's all about rotation between Ramsdale and Raya. Penny for Ramsdale's thoughts. Just trying to a new deal. Need to get Basuma on the ball a bit more. If you're a Tottenham fan, that'll be the problem. Because they're just not winning it high enough. They have the ball here through Basuma. Has to get back to his goalkeeper in Vicario. Vicario gives it back to Basuma. No one's around him, so it's just easy for him. Now Maddison for Tottenham. Wants to scoop this high to Kuleveski, who's on the scampering chase here down the touchline. Up against Gabriel. Goes into the penalty box. Kuleveski just holds it. Waits now for Sarr. Sarr's ball looking high, and Ray's got to push that away. Johnson! It's another save by Raya to deny Brennan Johnson another opportunity. They're still going here. Here's Maddison. Pull back. Oh, it's in! Son! Tottenham equalise at the Emirates, and it's the captain for Tottenham, Heung-min Son, with the goal. And it's not the best of saves from Raya. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1, and those supporters who are lost in the corner of the Emirates go into pure joy. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1, and on Derby Day, it's the captain. Well, they should have been level from that. Brennan Johnson shot was a good save from Raya. Ball came, got recycled, headed out by Rice. Then it was Udogie. Maddison just sold Saka a dream, pushed them away, showed great tenacity, teed it up. It was lovely from Son. Good ball, Maddison to Son, and it was a goal. Hitting the byline, 3 players around him. They couldn't stop him. Raya beaten. Zinchenko, Gabriel beaten. And Ange pushes his gloves, his hands in the air in a fist, and gives Tottenham something. And that goal does come from Raya flapping from that cross, the cross that came in from that right side. And that's just given Tottenham the confidence, hasn't it? It's what you want when you go behind from an own goal. You feel unjust. You knocked on the door, had a really good chance moments ago, Johnson. You throw the ball in there. Johnson has another bite at the cherry. It doesn't happen. And then when Maddison plays that to Son, you get the opportunity. They've had 7 shots to the Emirates. Tottenham to Arsenal 6. Here's Vicario. West Ham have equalised against Liverpool at Anfield. Still 0-0 between Chelsea and Aston Villa. Here is Maddison. Firing that back towards Van Ven. He's been involved in the game throughout, James Maddison. Really has. Here's Vicario. In the Tottenham goal. Just set this second half alight, hasn't it? Here's Basuma. With Van Ven slowing down themselves a little bit. Here's the last 10 minutes. Spurs have had 3 shots on goal, all on target, 8 touches in opposition box, 63% possession. They're coming to the Emirates, and they're spreading their white shirts on Arsenal territory, fueling the confidence, fueling that good feel factor that's been flowing in Tottenham in North London. Arsenal want nothing more to silence that good factor, to silence what's happening, but it's Tottenham moving that ball now. Oh, that was loose. It looked like they found a bit of space. Maddison wanted to spread the ball down the left side to Brennan Johnson. It was overhit. 4 minutes added on. The back end of the half. Here is Jesus, though, who's able to run forward. And in the end, there's going to be a free kick and a foul. Yep. And a yellow card to Sarr. And Oda, is that Oda? Oda hasn't been booked already, is he? I always have to wonder with these things, with these referees. So Jesus wins the ball here. That's the speakers of play. Sarr is grappling Jesus, and that's where the foul is. And then I think there's a Udogi's got to be careful because he's in here. And then it's White on Udogi. That's where White's been penalised, and so has Sarr. Sarr's been booked once, so is Udogi, and a flurry of yellow cards have been freshed here at Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1. We're still waiting for this free kick to be taken. Uzbasum has also been booked also. That's what you expect in a North London derby. It's 1-1 at the Amex. Brighton have found a leveller in that game also. Vicario. And this back's dangerous. Even here from Tottenham. Here's now Sarr. 4-2. And that's cleared away. Pedro Porro waiting to take this throw on the far side. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1 here. We've played the 4 minutes of the added time. Let's put it by White. Zinchenko. Waiting for this throw-in to be taken. Now it's thrown in towards that left side. And it's won by Sarr. Good work from Pape Sarr. I think he wanted to give it to Basuma. That's why he got the yellow card for the dissent. And it's half time at the Emirates here. What a thrilling first half it's been, unexpected. It's really lived to the bill. It's one of those derbies in the Premier League that just keeps on giving. No matter who is the 22 players on the pitch, no matter who are the managers at the dugout, it always delivers the North London derby. It started through Arsenal, an own goal from Saka down the right side, put on his left foot. His shot was deflected in by Romero, who got the own goal to put Arsenal into the lead. Tottenham stayed in the game as Arsenal created more opportunities to double the lead, and they went down the other pitch, and Dave Ray produced wonderful saves to keep it 1-0. Then after a flurry of efforts on the Arsenal goal, they were able to find the target through Captain Son, who enjoyed scoring in Arsenal territory. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here. We'll be back with full audio coverage on the second half of this North London derby. At the break, it's Arsenal 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. the left-hand side. It's a wonderful goal from Harry Kane. Got back to the pass there. From Son Heung-min. The captain has got his second of the afternoon. Found the ball down the left-hand side. Ran. Okay, is that too high? Is it perfect? Is it okay? That is making his way onto the field. And so is Jorginho. I don't know if that's injury filled, but we'll have to wait and see who's come off. I saw Rice's number, so I'd imagine that could be Rice who's coming off for Arsenal. So we'll just have a little run down the teams for you soon. This is the flash score where the tail of the game in this North London derby is, and Arsenal raced into their lead through a Christian Romero own goal in fact, when Bukayo Saka on his left foot. It's Rice and Vieira that come off for Jorginho and Havertz. I do feel that would be for sure something to do with, especially in Rice's point of view, an injury to Declan Rice, which would be a blow. Arsenal trying to start this second half very quickly to right to left they shoot. They're shooting from. Apologies. I'll just get the run now of the two teams for you in a moment. Just see what Arsenal do in this current attack. Brighton have put themselves in front. Here is Jesus approaching the byline. Going down, it's a smart tackle there from Udogie. Havertz coming into Jorginho. So just have run out of the two teams. It's David Ray in goal. Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, White, Odegaard, Jorginho and Havertz have come on for Rice and Vieira. Saka, Jesus and Ketit. For Tottenham is Vicario, Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero and Porro as the back four. Kulusevski and it's more Basuma, Sarr, Kulusevski, Son, Maddison and Johnson, the forward four players here. And Spurs got their leveller through captain Heung-min Son. So as we were in this North London derby, glad you can join us here on Flash Score. Have you covered for all the games happening in the Premier League at the moment? Just wait for that confirmation, see if it is an injury to Declan Rice or not. Brennan Johnson, it's quite lively coming off that left hand side, I have to say. It's quite good. If you will please Tottenham supporters that they didn't waver in the game, they just stayed in the game. Especially when things were looking like Arsenal were going to take control. And I think they've seen in previous years that not being the case under different managers, that would be a Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte. It's just adding more fuel to that Ange Postecoglou fire that is burning very bright at the white side of North London. Arsenal with the ball. Gabriel is the Saliba. Their defence has been breached from that Heung-min Son goal in the 41st minute. Here is Gabriel. Here's Zinchenko. Now to Kai Havertz. On towards Jesus on that left side. Gives it back to Zinchenko. Side Tottenham's half. 20 yards out. And it's now Tottenham move it through the ball. Brennan Johnson, a lot of pace. He's overran the ball a little bit, but shows a bit of strength just to push Saliba away. Lays that back. It's a good battle, that Brennan Johnson up against these Arsenal defenders down that right side in White and Saliba. So made that move for Nottingham Forest. Oh, it's a long ball. Oh, Maddison couldn't latch on towards it. James Maddison showing that threat again and again in this game. Saka up against Udogie. He's on a yellow card already, the Italian, and he's had to concede a corner. You do wonder if it's an injury or if it is a tactical change to take off Rice, you'd imagine. Taking in Bukayo Saka. Left-footed. Beats a couple of players, got straight to the box, trying to turn and swivel. There's cause for handball. And I'm sure that will be checked for VAR. Arsenal supporters go absolutely ballistic. Well, it was a really good corner. Well, initially, it might have touched Ben White's hand, or it hits Romero's. I'd be amazed if that's not. I think because it hits White's hand first, this may not be given as a penalty. That was where the debate will be. But there's no doubt that ball struck Romero and stopped it going goalwards. And you know what? It doesn't even strike White's hand like that. That could be a penalty very easily. Very easy. There's no surprise that the team at Stockley Park are having a look at this. And Romero, it's not been a debut for him. An own goal, and now it looks like he's conceding a penalty. We'll wait for confirmation, but that's 100% a penalty. I'll be gobsmacked if that's not given. His hands just flayed it. And it just struck him there. It's a nightmare game for Romero. It's a clear handball. And that will be a penalty, I would imagine, for Tottenham. No doubt about that. The referee's been told to go to the monitor. He is going to the monitor just to have a look. My initial reaction is there was two handballs. The first, so the ball comes in, lovely corner from Saka, misses everybody. Players are camped inside the 6-yard box. It ricochets off White. Now, initially I'm thinking, does that come off White's hand? He turns to swivel, and then it definitely strikes Christian Romero's outstretched left hand. There's where the huge appeals from all the red shirts around Tottenham, in the side of the Tottenham box go. And then now that's where they're looking at. I mean, from that angle, it's going to be a clear penalty. I don't see how that cannot be given as a penalty, if I'm being honest with you. It's a chance for Vicario to make amends here, either by scoring or for Saka all night. And it is a penalty. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1. And Romero's derby day is turning out to be a nightmare for the Argentine. Handball, penalty. I have to say, the delay was a bit too long. I don't like bashing VAR. I feel like, listen, it's where the game is at the moment, all that type of stuff, etc., etc. But come on, it's very clear instantly, a couple of replays, that wasn't a bit of a penalty. We've lost a fair few minutes of the game now, which I hope will be added on to the end. Just kills the momentum of the game. A little bit of a commentator's moan there. Tottenham fans are saying, I know, right? I want to know if it's a penalty or not. Arsenal supporters want to know if their side are going to be put in front. It's Bukayo Saka who made the first goal by having that shot, that ricocheted off Romero. He's looking to punish Romero, this time from the penalty spot. It is Arsenal star boy. This is the guy that they love and adore on his 87th consecutive Premier League appearance. It's the chance to put Arsenal in front in the derby. He's up against Vicario. It's Saka up against Vicario. It's left-footed. It's a short run-up. He stutters, takes it, and he puts it into the bottom corner. He goes straight down the middle, and it rolls down into the corner. Saka puts Arsenal in front once again in the derby. Arsenal 2, Spurs 1. And Tottenham have to come from behind again. Oh, such a silly mistake to give away. His hand was caught in Novas Romero, and just like that, Arsenal and Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1, rolled into the centre. It's another dart being thrown by Arsenal, but Arsenal got to switch on here. Arteta holding it up. It's always a derby that lifts up to the name. Romero's just shocking that. He's Havertz got a bit of a tangle. Here's Maddison. Son's running towards the penalty box. Maddison feeds this. Instant response for Tottenham. It's 2-2 at the Emirates. It's the second for the captain. And Tottenham, just like that, level. Oh, Havertz caught on the ball. And Arsenal were stung. Spurs equalise. And that pocket of supporters go in pure joy at the Emirates. 2-2. What a game. What a moment! Jorginho was robbed. Maddison with 2 assists. Son with 2 goals. And Tottenham are level on Arsenal territory again. Wow. It's a derby that always delivers. And boy, oh boy, is it delivering at the moment. And the most relieved man in North London will have to be Romero, because he can kiss goodbye thinking about that penalty mistake. Maddison robs the ball from Jorginho, slips it into Maddison, who tucks that to Son, who puts it into the bottom corner, past David Raya, who is nowhere to be seen. 10 minutes into this half, and we've seen 2 more goals. It's 2-2 at the Emirates. Son with a coolly taken finish. Wonderful scenes in that corner. And Hosulu just puts one fist up in the air. Just have to enjoy this game. And Son's on the ground now, and that'll be a yellow card to an Arsenal player. Song being hacked. Oh, it's really late challenge from Kai Havertz, who just slipped there. Maddison's ball was weighted so well, as you know, just on the money. Oh, Son. It's Porro. Towards Pedro Porro. Along to Kuleveski. For this to be taken. I think we all just want to take a little breath then. Kind of just compose ourselves. Ray has the free kick for Arsenal just outside the penalty area in a absolute thrilling game. That's why we love football, honestly. Unless you're not Tottenham or an Arsenal supporter, your heart is probably racing out of its chest. Will we find a winner here? Boy, oh boy. Arsenal, when they do meet Tottenham, they just go at it, don't they? It's fantastic. The rivalry, the passion, the football. It's up there being one of the best fixtures in the calendar, if not the best fixture in the calendar. You have to say, derbies, normally such an emotional affair. Of course, they always are. In this game, the emotion is definitely shown, but it's shown on the pitch. You get these other derbies, no names mentioned, where it's just too much aggression. No one wants to lose. These two just say, you know what, we're going to kick some ball and we're going to find who's going to take the 3 points. And as I said, if you were listening to the broadcast in the first half, it doesn't matter who the 22 players are on the pitch. It doesn't matter who's managing these two sides in the dugout. You're always going to get a good game between Arsenal and Tottenham. If it's at Highbury, if it's at Old White Hart Lane, if it's at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, if it's the Emirates, these two for 194 games have put us an absolute treat as a neutral. And if you're a neutral, you're enjoying this. If you're an Arsenal Tottenham fan, as I said, your chest is probably out of your heart's probably out of your chest. Your chest out of your heart. And your hair's probably falling out your hair. Let's go, Ed. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 2. Half an hour left of this football feast at the Emirates. I haven't missed anything really. As I've been giving you this monologue of speech, Arsenal trying to reclaim a bit of focus, because it was them that lost the focus after getting themselves in front. Just slip it. Jorginho, who's on the ball. Son is the first Tottenham player to score a brace away at Arsenal since John Hendry in the Premier League since May 1993, over 30 years ago, since a Tottenham player. Here's White. Now on to the right side for Arsenal. Saka. Looking it now towards Ben White, and that's just gone over the byline. That will be a goal kick, and Brilliant Johnson. He's got nothing in his left calf. Richarlison is warming up, and in fact it's actually going to be Manuel Solomon who's stripped and ready. He started the last game for Tottenham last week against Sheffield United. They got late 2 goals in that game. And Postecoglou's team. Brilliant Johnson. And it's going to be Manuel Solomon to come on. Still getting treatment, Johnson. Son who's just wanted to see if Johnson can do okay, but having just a quick off this kickoff, and it's Son's second goal. It's Jorginho who gets caught on it, and it's Maddison and Saliba, and then it's there for Son. Just tucks that side foot at calm as you like. Very good finish. Mikel Arteta looked on in frustration. Head down and hands in his face. As Tottenham have a moment at the Emirates right in front of those Spurs supporters. Wonderful, wonderful scenes. Scores across the country. Let's keep you updated on that as Johnson finally makes his way off the pitch and Manuel Solomon comes on. With Liverpool retaking the lead at Anfield 2-1. They lead West Ham, Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 0. Malo Gusto has actually been sent off in that game for Chelsea. Chelsea winning 1-1 game at the moment in the Premier League. Brighton are 2-1 up. Matoma put them in front. And of course here it's 2-2. All those games you can listen to on Flash Score audio commentary. You've got to stay with us because this one's boiling right to the top. Here's Jesus, who loses out now to Kulusevski. Pokes this forward. Tottenham looking dangerous through Maddison. He's running now on towards Son. Gives it back Son. Maddison's shot is high and wide. Just felt like maybe that would go over. But unfortunately, it isn't. Now with Saliba. Looking towards Jorginho. That spreaded nicely to Jesus. It's surely handball. Referee has penalised Jesus, who hits the hand. Well, Romero checking that back to Basuma. Basuma back towards Mickey Van Vedette. To Vicario. Romero, who's, as I mentioned, this relieved man. Here's Pedro Porro, just about keeps it in. Arteta not happy about that. 150 goals for Tottenham. Son. Now. He forced Zinchenko to take this throw in. So, lay back to Gabriel. Gabriel looking towards Son. Torreira, that's a bit of a heavy touch. Son's of course on a hat trick. Now with Raya. Gabriel using his left foot. Throwing up towards Zinchenko. All of this plays in Arsenal's half. More so outside the penalty area. And that's why Tottenham have won this free kick. Kulusevski holding his head. Just kicking him. Waiting for Maddison to take this free kick. Maddison raises his hand, looking to the middle, headed away by Kai Havertz. Porro. Goes on the right side, good ball, but it's comfortable for Raya. It's going to be rolled out. Jesus, and I thought the referee's decided there. Minutes to go. Vicario and Eddie Nketiah colliding in the penalty box. It's going to be a yellow card for Eddie Nketiah. Just followed through with the Tottenham goalkeeper. It's a heavy touch back, and then there. Oh, yeah, that's a really late challenge from Nketiah, and he's leaning in. I think it will be checked for a card, but it's reckless, really. Lucky Vicario has come out of that unscathed. And the cards continue to flourish through. Now down the right here for Kulusevski, that's been cut out. And the free kick has been given to Arsenal. I didn't get it down to the bottom of Tottenham's half, right in front of Mikel Arteta. Zinchenko. Oh, it's been robbed, and there is a player on the ground who's feeding it there. Maybe James Maddison, who's Kulusevski. Spurs go on an attack down this right without Kulusevski. Here's Son. Son with a chance for number 3. Oh, it's a side etic. Oh, that could have been number 3 for him and for his side. Could have put them in the front for the first time. And James Maddison seems a lot of playing here. Oh, he's just holding his right hamstring. Seems to be a lot of pain here, James Maddison, a real worry. And Aston Villa have taken the lead against Chelsea. It's just not a happy start for Mauricio Pochettino with Chelsea. Down to 10 players, and now they're losing at home with 15 minutes to go. Just that one win so far. James Maddison still getting treatment. That could be a very, very bad injury for James Maddison. Hopefully it's just jarred. And nothing. He's such a joy to watch. James Maddison, from a neutral point of view, I know Arsenal fans say, no, he's not. From a neutral point of view, such a tidy play. He is walking, which is pleasing. 20 to go in this derby. It feels like we've been on a roller coaster. We just gone off the roller coaster to get some snacks, and we're just lining up, waiting for the grand finale of the theme park. And that's the last 20 of this North London derby. What have we got in store here? Pedro Porro's got a corner for us, which is headed away by Gabriel for Arsenal. Here's Pedro Porro. Right to the far corner, and that's gathered. And it's with Rea now. Martin up. Spurs growing of confidence. Arsenal just look a bit lost, don't they? Maddison's pleased to say he's come onto the pitch. On to Gabriel. Fired long, looking towards Eniketi. Stand finish. Here's Rea. Fired long, looking towards Eniketi, and that's just drifted out. Maddison's back on the pitch. Pleased to report from a Tottenham Hotspur point of view and a neutral point of view. Right up towards Son. Very long towards Udogie. Udogie pushed by Bukayo Saka. Romero. Infield to Sarr, who's asks Vicario to do a bit much. Good pressing from Arsenal. Good work from Havertz. Forcing Tottenham to go down that route. By Havertz, and that will be a corner to Arsenal. What Arsenal do, they may not play well in the patches of the game, but when they do create opportunities like set pieces, as we saw early in this half, that led to the penalty that Saka dispatched to make it 2-1 to Arsenal momentarily before Son equalised. But that's what good teams do. They just stay in the game, and they're able. Did that against Manchester United their last home game, and they do it again here. Odegaard with the corner from the near side. Let's see what he's going to do. He does a little stutter. He waits, puts his right hand up. Now he goes towards the ball, whips it in left-footed. Ball's in the air, and it's gathered by Vicario. Here's Son. He's just to Maddison. Centre of the pick. Rolls that to the right side to Kuleveski. To the player in front of him. He's onside here in terms of Pedro Porro wanting to tee up to Son. And Spurs can smell something here. Gabriel has cleared the ball, but Tottenham can sense that the victory is available. That's for sure. Wait for this corner to be taken. Remember, Tottenham taken the lead in this derby. They've just responded to 2 Arsenal attacks. There's going to be a yellow card given. Is that to Romero? It is going to be. That's capped off a yellow card, an own goal, and give away a penalty. All he needs is a winner. That's all he needs. Is a winner, and he's in business. Romero's first yellow. Brighton have made it 3-1 in their game in Amex against Bournemouth. Responded well for that defeat in the Europa League, back-to-back wins for De Zerbi's team, it seems, after beating Manchester United 3-1 last Saturday. Spurs corners are headed away by Arsenal, and there's a possible breakaway. Odegaard feeding it to Saka. Now a bit of room for Kuleveski. Kuleveski on his left foot. Wants a bit of room to Udogie. Udogie poking it to the far side, can't reach that. Is that another free kick? That's free kick to Arsenal outside. So I was got to be careful. He's got a yellow card already. He doesn't want to. See the red. It's another roll of the dice for Mikel Arteta. It's Reece Nelson that's going to come on to the pitch for Arsenal. This one just needing a grand finish, needed something to take us to the end. These two are still unbeaten, of course, alongside Manchester City, Liverpool. The 4 teams still unbeaten in this league. Here's Jesus, starting and weaving and turning. Here's Jorginho, 20 yards away from the penalty area. Here's Odegaard. There's White in the overlap, plays in the middle. It just bounced, hitting the penalty box, but for Tottenham Hotspur's sake, it bounced kindly into the hands of Vicario. Ball's with Udogie on the right side. Now with Jorginho, clipping this to the far post. Here's Nketiah, laying it back and it's blocked. And here's Richarlison coming on. Oh, Jesus coming off for Reece Nelson. And Richarlison, who's he coming on for? He's coming on for Son. Well, that's an interesting development there. And Maddison's coming off also. Romero's taking the armband and Anderson waving off. Son. Oh, I know he'll wave to his Tottenham supporters in that pocket there, and our supporters are not happy about that. Højbjerg's on, and so is Richarlison. Headed back to Romero. Now with him, the Spurs captain on the pitch. We saw Maddison coming off. That's a real surprise, taking those two off. Has to be said. Toma has got a second. Free kick to Arsenal. Rabel and Richarlison going toe to toe, and Richarlison going on the ground. Real, there's one more Premier League fixture to come. It's Sheffield United versus Newcastle United. It's given away by Arsenal inside Tottenham's half. Oh, it's swept to the right side, angrily towards Kulusevski. He's now up against Gabriel. Richarlison went past the last line of defence. He's given the ball back now. Here is Sarr. Giving this to Romero. Just checking his run. Laying that off. Into the final 10 minutes we go in this derby. Here's the doggy. And that's been blocked out by Arsenal. Arsenal 2, Spurs 2 in this North London derby, live on Flash Court. Here's Romero. Into Doggy. Cleaned up by Vicario. So with Manuel Solomon, I don't see much of this as he's come on for Johnson. Here's Odegaard. Arsenal need a bit more penetration and injection of pace in their game. They're the home team. They need to perform better for sure. White. Now with Nketiah putting pressure on this Tottenham defence. It's kind of just a little bit, but Van der Ven's being excellent. And we have Richarlison. Hotspur coming on, making some minutes as well. Just to have some energy. You know, White taking this throw-in. Throwing this back. And now Arsenal back with the ball in their own half. Saliba approaching his own byline. Pushes Solomon to the ground. Saliba gives the ball back. Here's now with Saka. And it's on by Solomon. Pass into the area. So brilliant from Saliba. Stood it up and then took the ball away from the Arsenal. That was excellent from Spurs. Was that Sarr? Won the ball from Saliba, who dug it. It's real physical, not even Basuma, real physical power and strength in this Tottenham side, has to be said. It's really good. Really, really strong. Effort's just feeling a bit, you feel like, look at this settle. For the pen, Van der Ven just gathered it. Over to Pedro Poa. Gives us to Sarr. Sarr on to Kulusevski. Back to Sarr. First North London derby without Harry Kane. Tottenham are still in this game. And what? And they're still, as it remains here, if it remains here, still unbeaten as well. Game just scattered a little bit, hasn't it, since those substitutions? You feel both not wanting to lose it after that big build-up I've given it. Maybe old commentators cursed. Here's Havertz though, he's stolen the ball away from Richarlison, but then Tottenham try to pinch it back. Odegaard steps in his own half to win it. Gives us to Saliba. Saliba back to White on the right touchline. And now it's with Saka, who goes over the halfway line. Gives it to Odegaard. Odegaard has the ball, just scoops that to the left side, looking towards Nketiah. Now's a bit of time now for Reece Nelson, who's got a bit of time on his right foot to shoot. It's blocked. That's going to be a corner. Arsenal 2, Spurs 0. Reece Nelson Coming on. For Jesus. Moment to go. Here's here. If Rice is injured or not. See what happens there. It's fired now towards the far post. There's going to be a late twist. You just feel it. Is it going to be that late twist here? It's fired into the penalty box. Hill nearly bouncing towards the net. Arsenal have another corner. Mickey van der Ven clearing the ball as the ball just gets started to bounce so quickly. Another corner. Anglers to the far post, look towards Eddie and get it. It wasn't taken by Saka, it was taken by Odegaard. Saka's on that far side, now competing with Sarr. Sticks a leg out, Saka, and he wins the ball. It will be a throw-in though to Tottenham, deep in the road half, on that far side. Oh, I needed just anyone to come in and dart in. Rice not happy on the bench. Headed back now. Cleared away. Oh, Havertz. Bit of space here in the D. Havertz! Oh, he's fighting it over. Kai Havertz there had a lot of time on the ball. Decided to let fly rather than keep that shot low. Liverpool have made it 3-1 against West Ham. Got the points to save for them in Merseyside. The 3 points go here. High rock. It's a challenge that is for Udogie. Spire in. Here's with Romero. Here's the ball. How many minutes of added time are going to be allotted here? At the Emirates as Nketiah slips through. Now with Eddie Nketiah. Here's Saka. Saka laying this back towards Zinchenko halfway through Arsenal's half. Oh, he pokes that front set to Reece Nelson, who's in the penalty box, approach the byline, and that will be a corner kick. Arsenal stole victory away from Manchester United last time out at home, and they're going to steal victory away from Tottenham at home once again. Let's wait and see. What's in by Reece Nelson. Cleared away by Tottenham. That corner wasn't great at all. Now is with Romero. Now back towards Hotspur. Angles this ball to Richarlison, who's gone for a chase up against Saliba. Richarlison laying this back. Now on to Manuel Solomon and Udogie. It's a good battle, Udogie. And Saka. Oh, he's holding his knee in real pain here. Bukayo Saka. He's not someone he gets in pain, but he's yelling in pain here. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. Once again, seeing Maddison and Saka in pain today. It's been not one for the one who appreciate the ballers. I would say. We're getting a replay here. 10 minutes added on. I don't know what's pulled there, but he's in real pain. Saka. I don't see how what what the damage is in there, to be honest. He's got up on his feet, Saka. And he's walking gingerly. He'll be okay, Saka. He's up now. And it looked like he wanted some treatment. Didn't need it in the end. There's Havertz. He's coming that right side from Wyatt. Looking to the far post. Here is Reece Nelson. 10 minutes. Well, they proved me wrong. If you've been with me throughout this broadcast and even the second half, I was having a little bit of a moan, wasn't I, about VAR not being added on. They would have truly have slapped that added time on the back end of this game. Here's Zinchenko. We've got to find a will in that 10 minutes. Zinchenko now to Saliba. Saliba now onto the right side. Looking forward. Here's Odegaard scampering to the byline. Oh, it's not the best clearance from Mickey van der Ven, who immediately apologises to his teammates. Here's Odegaard to take this corner on the far side, looking towards the far post, pushed away by Vicario. It's with Saka, shaking off that lot, goes for the bottom corner, and it needs Vicario to palm it round the post. Like it was just creeping in. Maybe. Yeah, it was. Just needed that right hand. Turn it across the pitch. Here's Nelson. Takes the corner. Looking to the far post to grab it out. It's going to be another corner. Falario set pieces. Tottenham have to really dig in deep here now. Show them they don't have a soft centre here. It's the third consecutive corner. Back to back. Play 3 minutes of the 10 that's been added on. Odegaard's corner right in the middle. It's jumped in the air here. Vicario gathers. Wonderful goalkeeping. Udogie's in there. Mickey van der Ven's in there. And Spurs survive. I'm saying, did that come off a hand? Potentially. That would be very harsh on Udogie if that was given. No tension there. Here's Havertz. Made of Havertz's cameo in the second half, so not too bad. Gabriel to Saliba. Even now in towards Jorginho to Gabriel. Goes in full field now to Zinchenko. Nelson. That towards Havertz, whips in aimlessly. There's no one in there, and should have been a more of a comfortable clearance from Tottenham. They're still making their way away with Pogba. He runs into trouble. Here's Havertz. Lovely strength from Basuma. Wonderful midfielding. Just said, nope, that's my ball. Bye. I'm going to show you my strength. I'm going to be able to usher you away. There's nothing you can do about that, mate. Down Havertz goes to the ground. And key to hear what Ange Postecoglou's got to say. After this game, he's looking onwards. Here, dressed smartly, black tie, white shirt, black blazer. They've been able to compete with a team that were competing. It's now with Kuleveski. He's trying to go back in. Now with Kuleveski trying to find Richarlison in the middle. Richarlison rolls, shoots, but it's right. Saliba's heels, it just sprinkles out. It's over in Brighton, 3-1 they won against Bournemouth. Chelsea still playing against Aston Villa, still trail. Højbjerg, ball's ricochet kindly to Richarlison, his shot deflected, and that's just gone into the hands of Rea kindly. Could have looped in. Now with Havertz. Now with Nelson. Can we find this winner? Odegaard rushes it to the byline. Poaches the byline. Crosses it. And it will be over. Udogie. And Emma Smith-Rowe comes in for the final 4 minutes. As Saka just continues to limp off. Of course, he created the first goal for Arsenal. A Romero own goal that ricocheted off his shot. And then Saka put it from the bottom corner with the penalty to make it 2-1. But Son's double in North London is the reason why it's 2-2 here at the moment. Now with Saliba. Gives this to Gabriel, gives it the launching ball to Jorginho. Now with Saliba. Forward it back towards White. Zinchenko. About 20 yards away from penalty area. Gets to the right side. Now looking towards Emil Smith-Rowe, who's in the penalty box. Lays off to Odegaard. Smith-Rowe has been suffered a huge amount of injuries. Emil Smith-Rowe. Havertz towards Smith-Rowe. This is a lot of play for him. No real penetration. Zinchenko lofted this towards Havertz. That was towards Kuleveski. 2 minutes left in this derby. Asks Richarlison to go for a run. Hammering long towards Odegaard. It's a thundering foul by Romero. Just having to calm down. Jorginho grabs the ball away from the referee's hands. And Nketiah was bundled down by Romero. It's full time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Villa 1. 3 straight games which Chelsea failed to score. Host not clinical enough. Ollie Watkins took this chance superbly for the only goal of the game. Gusto was sent off for Chelsea and Jackson picked up a 5th yellow. He'll miss the next game to Fulham. And all the results, all the games finished at 2 o'clock. 3-1 to Bournemouth, 3-1 to Brighton against Bournemouth, 1-0 to Villa, and Liverpool won 3-1 against West Ham. Are we going to get a winner here? 2-2. Played the 10 minutes now of added time. Ball's now with Jorginho. Finders to the right side. It's giving the ball away. Now it's Basuma outside the boot. That was an ambitious effort here. It's all gone a bit cloggy at the moment. As Basuma shows a bit of energy. Finds on to the right. Kuleveski's here. 3 and 4 Tottenham players reaching the penalty box. Kuleveski wants on his left foot. Lays this back Richarlison. And that will be a corner. That might just be the last effort of the game. And it is Arsenal 2, Tottenham 2. Have just got time actually to take the corner. Oh, they could have won it. Oh, they could have won it at the death. It's just been that type of derby. Died in moments. A very solid away performance. They remain unbeaten. Tottenham, because they won't concede from here. Something bar me up. It's just be the last play. Throws into the middle, headed away, and the referee does confirm the full-time whistle. Ange Postecoglou trods up to shake Mikel Arteta's hand. They embrace frustration, of course, in the thoughts of both supporters and management team. But at the same time, it could easily be more for both sides. 4 goals equally shared in a thrilling North London game, where North London derby. Son got a brace. First brace for a Tottenham player away at Arsenal since 1993, over 30 years. Saka influential again from the penalty spot, and he got a deflected goal, but ended up being a Romero own goal. The North London derby sees the bragging rights shared. It's Arsenal 2, Tottenham 2 here live on Flash Score. Thank you for joining us here